So you've got to try and create yourself and make yourself in such a position that you are indispensable. So you want someone to smile at you. Why don't you smile at someone first? You want someone to be kind to you. Why don't you be kind to someone first?
Way, because without family you're nothing. So family is everything.
How can you be a blessing to someone else today? I do believe that we'd make this world a much better place.
Hello and welcome to another series of Sisters Talk with me, Stefan Smart. How content are we when early in life we find something we are passionate about and we nurture this passion and sustain it against all odds? Ultimately, this passion becomes our lives. I would say very content. This is basically the story of today's sister of the day. A young woman who was given new life and meaning to an age-old culture, dance. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Mima, the CEO of Krump Studios.
Hello sisters, my name is Mima and I'm your sister of the day. I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, I'm a dance fitness instructor at Krump Studios and I live and breathe dance. Welcome to my world. I've been a creative director for 5 years now, but I've been dancing all my life. Yeah, and I think it just started right from when I was a child, and it just kept on growing from one level to the other, one level of understanding, one level of experience, and then just like every other thing, it blossoms. Did I have to go to school? At some point, I started off wanting to go to school, and I didn't have the opportunity to, but I was aware of everything. So I started training from a distance, and I started also self-development, and eventually when I could afford to go to school, I did go to school. Even long after I started organizing workshops. I started by organizing workshops for people, and then I would also learn in them. I'll get people that knew, this technique, and they will come and then teach us, and then I'd learn from them. And then eventually, yes, I went and took some short courses and different things in the styles I wanted to focus on. I eventually went out to study at the Broadway Dance Center. I think that was the highest form I had done, but I had done a lot of training before then, and I majored in jazz and theater. Because I like to tell stories. But I still train. I dedicate a period every year to go and train. And then we have a series of 4 to 5 workshops every year to ensure that also our instructors and dancers are trained here at the studio. What are the challenges? I always say that the challenges are like every other business. We usually require space, and I think that's usually the biggest challenge, especially when you're in Nigeria or Abuja. As a matter of fact, you have to pay rent. And when you're in a business that requires a lot of space, you need a lot of money to rent space. And so that's one. Then the technicalities of the job we do requires a lot of time. And so sometimes you have to, I rarely see my family, because I have to invest a lot of time. And I think it's the same story for everybody that works around here. We're filling in different caps because the industry is still growing. And so we have to fill in, like I fill in about 4 or 5 different caps. I'm a manager, I'm a creative director, so I have to still direct the content that goes out. I have to teach, I have to research, and I have to perform. And so I'm filling these caps, and it's really challenging. And so those are also, I think, having expertise. We don't have people that are, we don't have training schools for people that come out and they're ready to come and work. We have to grow together, we have to school together, and so that's another challenge. I think another challenge will be getting the society to understand how how much we invest into what we do. Most people see the talent part of it or the gift part of it. They don't see the expertise. And so they don't see the part that you have to train, the part you have to school. I remember when I had to pay for classes, I paid, an average of 5,000 naira for a class. And, I work in a place where people collect 1.5 per class, and so we have to work so much. It's a game of numbers. I think one thing that has kept us going is that we love what we do here. I love what I do, and that's just it. We'd rather keep going on and making a change and a difference, no matter how little, than not doing it at all. Dance is an art form. It's really more than just moving your body. There's an art to it, there's a technique to it, and there are different levels of dance. There's dance just for fun, and there's dance to send a message, there's dance to communicate, there's dance to tell a story, there's dance for fitness, there's dance for health. And so depending on what you're using your dance for, it now becomes a tool. If I was using it for performance now, then I would need to learn the skill for the type of performance, and it's a life journey, just like any other artwork. It takes personal, a sense of your personality, and then it also will be added to the technique which you learn in school. And dancers never stop learning, they never stop training. They train all their lives, and there's schools that teach you technique for probably a few years. Sometimes you train for 6 years, you train for 4 years, and dance is something that is actually expensive to study, So putting all this together, it'll be good for the society to, I think, embrace it. See that it's a different world that can provide jobs, because I know that there are millions of dancers out there that like me. I meet them every day. They connect with me every day. And I know that if this industry is also looked upon with the intensity that the music industry is looked upon, it will provide a huge stream of income for the youths. It will also provide an artistic way of preserving our culture, because that's a beautiful thing about dance. You can use it for different things, and even I don't think as a country we have tapped into our ethnic advantage yet, and dance is one thing that can be used to preserve culture and showcase its beauty. I don't see dance as something foreign. I see dance as something that is us. So I don't need to dance like any other person. I can dance my experience, I can dance my story, I can dance my culture, I can dance the message I need to pass across. And so dance is really a powerful tool. How do I keep myself motivated as a woman? Sometimes I really don't know. I don't know. I just know I have to keep moving. I tell myself I have to keep moving. And sometimes I give myself a hard time. Because when you know what you should do and you don't meet up to your own expectations, it can be really hard. But I also learn to give myself a break, If I keep moving and I keep learning from my mistakes, then I'll keep getting better. And so I just keep moving, and I have a good team. They keep up with me. So I think that helps a lot. Surround yourself with futuristic things rather than the things of the past. When you have a picture and you want to move, you look at it every day, you keep moving towards it. So I think that's probably my method. I try and learn every day. I think learning is, you think you have known something until you experience something else. And so I like to research a lot. I love to research. I like to know what's out there. And sometimes I use my daily experience to just still push me forward. So I learn from even the people I work with. They don't know. I learn from them. I learn from home. I learn from everything. And those experiences just keep on motivating. As a woman, it isn't easy, that I must say. But I think that's the advantage we have. I think as women, we can accommodate more. I think we have a higher threshold of that we can take so much more, and that makes us stronger. We also have the ability to create and to build and to nurture others. So it's usually hardly about us. I think that's actually what keeps me going, the fact that it's not about me. If I was supposed to quit, what happens to everybody? What happens to everybody? But I have a vision that I work with at the studio, so the vision also keeps me going.
Hi, my wise words are that you should always persist. What that means to me is that whenever you face any difficulties, you should never give up and continue trying if you really believe that whatever you're trying to achieve is a goal that you really believe in.
My wise words is keep moving forward. Sometimes we get into a position where we feel as if we can't move forward because of our personal circumstances. My message to you is to keep moving forward. Take those circumstances as a way of a life learning lesson to learn, grow, and to become better. So keep moving forward. Golda from St. Kitts.
You have to agree. There is just something about the determination and the purpose shown by our sister of the day to add value and to sustain the dance culture that just encourages a certain keenness to invest in everything you do. What is it you do? How much are you investing? What are you giving to it? Well, now is the time. Be innovative, be creative, invest in what you have. It might take time, but at the end of the day, you are definitely going to excel, and the world will identify with you. So, today, the core of the message, again, for me, is invest, invest, invest in everything you do. Mima isn't done talking, so please join us next time for the concluding part of this episode on SistasTalk with Stefan Smart. Bye-bye.